Hi, this is Jay. This is my first YouTube video. I am going to be participating in the Tarot Community Build Tag by Crescent Dreams Tarot. I have been a longtime YouTube tarottube viewer, subscriber of many different channels, and I would finally like to get involved a little bit more. So I thought this might be a good way to kind of introduce myself. So the first question is name, that's Jay, preferred pronouns, she, her, and then channel name. My channel name is Iridescent Tarot on account of a few different things. So number one, I love pretty much anything sparkly, iridescent, holographic, whatever. So I thought this would be a great demonstration of that. But also I pretty much always have my nails painted in some sort of indie polish. So this is Dreamland Lacquer, Sea Winkle, and then also very subtly in my name is the word scent, and that's because I love perfumery and fragrance. So my current scent of the day is by Source Apothecary. It's called Her Kind. Some of the notes are amber, musk, sandalwood, vanilla, wisps of smoke. I like this, but it's a little smokier than I had anticipated. I think, yeah, I thought it might be like a little bit more sweet, but it's enjoyable. I give it a 6 out of 10. So, what first got you into tarot? And if you have a channel, why did you create it? So this deck is what got me into tarot. Not really. So I've always been into tarot. And tarot adjacent things ever since I was a kid, but I really fully committed to studying the tarot when I discovered this deck. And it was just by chance when I was like talking about indie perfumes. Somebody mentioned indie tarot decks. This was mentioned, and that was the beginning of my true tarot journey. So doing a deep dive study on this deck and learning the Rider-Waite system was my beginnings back in maybe 2015, 2016, whenever it was right around when this deck came out. And why did I create my tarot channel? So I made a new tarot friend, and we've kind of been chit-chatting about starting to make videos together, and that gave me the final push to start this channel, because I had been hemming and hawing about it for a really, really long time. Like I've gone through iterations of like making the video and then deleting the video. And so this is like my first real commitment to posting videos. What is your tarot aesthetic? Basically, what kind of decks are you attracted to? So I love anything colorful. I love anything that's inner child. I love anything that's just like aesthetically pleasing and tactilely enjoyable. I love decks that are specifically for self-improvement or any kind of like inner growth work. Yeah, that's my vibe. What tarot system is your favorite, and which do you want to learn? So I know Rider-Waite. I've worked with Rider-Waite for the last 10 years, but I have been starting my Thoth journey. And so of all the different decks that I have one Thoth, and I've been slowly working my way through the actual Book of Thoth and Lon Milo Duquette's explanation. So each card has been taking me a while because I go through and study each of them independently. I can kind of make a video on that if anybody's interested, but it's my Thoth study, and eventually I would love to learn Marseille as well, but for now the Thoth is where I'm living. Top 3 favorite major arcana. So I think that I'm gonna say number 1 is High Priestess, because obviously tarot vibes. Number 2 is the Empress, and that's because in the last couple years, I have started my own family, and so this card has become a little bit more ever present in my life. And number 3 is temperance. I enjoy the all things in moderation, balance, and that card is a beautiful reminder. So these 3 cards together are my favorite. I also like that these are like 2 sides of the same coin, essentially. Favorite suit of the minors and why? So, my natal chart has, I'm not huge into astrology. That's one of the things I'm learning a little bit about with my friend. But my chart has a lot of air and water in it. And so despite some of the swords cards being some of the more difficult cards in the minors, I do really enjoy them, and I understand them in a way that I can't say that like I relate to the wands. I think the wands are probably my least favorite, but yeah, so swords and cups are my fave. Which of the quartz would you consider as your significator? Ooh, okay. My significator. I would choose either the Queen of Cups, for reasons that I just discussed, or the Queen of Pentacles. No further discussion. Those are my 2 significators. I don't really use significators for myself all that often. Like, I understand why people do, but it's just not something that's like a regular part of my practice. And then is cardstock a big deal for you? Yes, it's the biggest deal. I am a self-proclaimed cardstock snob. I am unapologetically picky about my cardstock. And so this deck, the Tarts Tarot, is by far my number 1 favorite cardstock. And I have you, Libby, to thank for this deck, or else I would have never known about it. But something about this cardstock, it's just so floppy when you shuffle it, and it makes such a good noise. And it's just so bendy. It riffles beautifully, and then it overhands beautifully as well. The size of these cards is perfect, and let's see how it compares. Yeah, they're just normal tarot size, which I really enjoy. Oversized cards can get kind of difficult. I also really like, this is not going to be a popular opinion, but I like cardstock that floxes, so it has the edges that get kind of worn, because it just shows how much that you use and love your decks. But this deck, because I love shuffling it so much, shows some really nice signs of wear. Actually, that's true for the Folkloric Forest as well. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of people talking about the edges on this, but like, I wasn't crazy about the like chalky matte edging on it until it got a little bit worn in. And now I like it more. I would have liked it even more if it sparkled, you know what I mean? But we can't all have Playful Heart Tarot's edging. Like, this is one of a kind, so special and so beautiful. She's probably one of my other all-time favorite best shufflers. Just like the heft and the weight of the cards, the linen finish, love, and then the beautiful gilding that's like super soft and not sharp. Like 10 out of 10, love, 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 love. And then I also really enjoy matte cardstock, like with Majestic Earth, that like swooshy noise that people talk about. For some reason in my mind, I think of it as like a dry matte. Like, it makes the weird scritchy sound, and when you shuffle it, it sounds meditative. So I really like linen, dry mats, and then for some reason just this random deck, which I can't find any other tarot deck that has this same cardstock. But I love her. Okay. Do you read for others? No, I can't say no. So like I primarily read for myself, and I really, really enjoy that. So my practice is mostly, my tarot reading is mostly built on reading for myself. I will read for family and friends if they ask, but so far I haven't been charging for readings. I think down the road I would love to be able to offer that, but working my way up there. And then number one deck you're excited to come out this year. Ooh. So like that's gonna change month to month. But I think if you ask me right now, today, what I was the most excited for so far, it might be Yellow House Tarot, which should be coming in the next few days, and I will film an unboxing for because I'm just so excited about it. But if you had asked me a month ago, gosh, I don't know. There's just so many beautiful decks out there, and meaningful decks, and ones that I want to work with. And like I've been super, super hype about the Gentle Tarot Dream deck coming out. So that's kind of taken up a lot of my mind share, maybe like the last month with the campaign going. So yeah, those are some of the decks I'm excited about. And then the lightning round questions, coffee or tea? So that's going to be both. I drink a tea every morning, and then if I'm like going on an errand and need a special treat, I'll get a coffee. But like on a daily basis, I'm not drinking coffee. Colors or monochrome? Colors. Cats or dogs? Dogs. I'm super, super allergic to cats, and yeah. Flora or fauna? I don't know how you choose. I think maybe flora, but like fauna's cool too. I don't know. It's all good. Favorite time of day. So my gut reaction to this question is 3 o'clock. Why? I couldn't tell you. I think maybe it's like a leftover remnant from the days of being in school and like looking forward to 2-3 o'clock. And then like you get out of school and you're like, oh, I have like this whole fresh chunk of time for me to do with whatever it is that you were going to do. So I still kind of look at it like that, like 3 o'clock, like your day is not over. You have plenty more time to do whatever it is you want to do. But it's not like you're up early in the morning. I don't know. So 3 o'clock. And then favorite things besides tarot. So I love being a mom, and I love all my different hobbies. So as I showed you earlier, like I love painting my nails, and I love looking at nail polish and anything sparkly. I love scent. I love perfumes. I love reading about descriptions of scents. I get really into like the meta hobby of my hobby. So like tarot is my hobby, but like the meta hobby is like researching the decks. And same thing with the perfumes, like wearing the perfume is the hobby, but like looking at all the different notes and figuring out what you like. I love the meta hobby of all of my hobbies. And I'm into fountain pens, a lot of journaling, reading. Yeah. So I'm excited to share some of my tarot thoughts with you, and yeah, talk to you later. Signing out.